Hi, Adam Perschbacher here again, and I thank you for clicking on the link to come and watch this video. I know the last time we had talked about coffee and caffeine and how it affects our bodies, especially if we're sensitive to caffeine, and how it can affect our daily lives and our quality of life for that matter. Today what I want to do is I actually want to talk to you about our coffee, my coffee, the coffee that I switched to, the coffee that made such a difference in my life and I am such a huge advocate for now. I want to talk to you a little bit about what's in it and how this one herb can possibly change how you look at coffee for the rest of your life as well. So, without delay, I'm going to try and make this as short as possible, and we're going to go ahead and go straight over to the computer, and I'll show you all of the research that I did, and then you can take it from there and discuss it with your doctor. Now again, my disclaimer out there, make sure that any information that we go over, you discuss with your doctor. Any research that you go over, you discuss with your doctor, and you guys together should be making an informed decision about how this coffee can possibly help improve your lifestyle as well as your health. So, without delay, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so today, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to show you some of the research that I personally did when I first tried this coffee and found a lot of crucial benefits for people of, today going through treatments and illnesses that nobody ever wants to have. Like diabetes and cancer and obesity and all kinds of things. They've been doing a lot of clinical studies and laboratory studies on what this herbal extract could possibly hold for my generation and the generations later in life, especially for their quality of life as well as how we treat illnesses from here on out. Lately, people have been moving a lot more and more away from taking pills, pharmaceutical pills, and more towards herbal extracts and herbs that can produce more beneficial results. So we're actually moving away from, pharmaceutical companies and towards more natural remedies. I believe in this, and it's what I try and do. I really don't like taking a lot of medicine, even when I'm sick. I just let my body kind of fight it off, and I think that helps the immune system. Now, if I get sick enough, of course I'm going to take something, but for like headaches and stuff, I absolutely refuse to take a whole bunch of medicines to get rid of that. So I guess right now you're wondering what is actually in our coffee that could possibly make it so beneficial. Well, actually, it's due to the reishi mushroom found over in Asia, and they've over in Asia and Japan, they've been using this for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years, about 4,000 to 5,000 years to be exact, using it to increase their health. And way back when it was first started being used by them, it was actually it was very rare, and only like nobility could have these things, or could have this herb to increase their health. If you were a pauper or poor, and you weren't of noble blood or noble descent, there was no way you were ever going to get your hands on this. It was found in the forest on fallen trees, and it was an extremely rare herb to come across. So it's called the reishi mushroom, and the extract that we use out of it is actually called Ganoderma. And used in clinical studies, it has really been shown to improve people's health, improve people's immune system, increase their stamina, balance their pH level, and it has proved extremely beneficial in the fight against diabetes and cancer. So, and it also detoxifies the body. Now, with all those things, that's why our coffee won't give you any headaches. That's why our coffee's not going to give you any jitters, and you're not going to crash in the afternoon when you drink our coffee. You can drink 3 to 4 cups of it a day, and you still will not crash, and you're not going to get headaches, and you're not going to get jitters. Now, you may get headaches if you do have a very sensitive system for caffeine, but that's something that you need to find out and talk with your doctor about, and that doesn't have anything to do with our coffee obviously it has to do with somebody's sensitivity to caffeine, because our coffee still contains caffeine. So what I want to do is I actually wanted to start off talking about vitamins and supplements, and just what WebMD suggests that people look for, and what people should be considering before they start to take vitamins and supplements. All right, so right here it says, if you're among the 1.5 million people in the United States diagnosed with cancer each year, you may be considering taking vitamins and supplements for cancer, herbs, and extracts. Now, one thing to consider, or two things to consider, is they help strengthen the immune system, and they help ease side effects of chemotherapy and radiation. Now, they also go on to tell you what you should know about vitamins and supplements for cancer patients. Now, this I think would go for everybody. Your supplements may interfere with treatments or any kind of prescription drugs you have, so always make sure that you inform your doctor and talk with them about what would be good for your diet and what isn't good for your diet. So always, always, always keep your doctor in the loop, especially if you're taking any kind of medication or treatments, okay? And secondly, you should do your research. Do your research, take it back to your doctor or your team, and talk to them about some of the possible side effects and if this is even something that you should consider. Now let's go on to prostate cancer and health, because WebMD hasn't done a whole lot of articles on Ganoderma and the effects that it has, but they have done a couple, and I'm going to show you just one of them. And of course, all of these links will be below the video so that you can go and do your research, check up on my research, make sure that I'm not just trying to feed you a bunch of bull. Okay, because I'm not. I'm just trying to inform you and see if this is something that you even want to consider. So they actually started using Ganoderma in a pharmaceutical drug. So even the pharmacies or the pharmaceutical companies are trying to go more natural and include those into the drugs that they sell patients. The PCSPES is one of those drugs that they are experimenting with right now. They are they need more patients to enroll in the clinical trials, of course, but it's also has Ganoderma in it. That's one of the main ingredients that they use in this prescription. So if you do have cancer, or know of anybody that has cancer, you might want to write this down. The PC-SPES, I'm sorry, PC specs, I guess. That's one way you could say it. And have them and their doctor maybe look into it and see if it's something for them. But they did go through here and talk about how they injected rats with it, and the rats were fed. Some of them were fed the supplement and some weren't. And 40% of the rats did not develop any tumors. See, it says right here. In that test, 40% of the rats did not develop any tumors. Now that is amazing. The whole fact that they gave them something with Ganoderma in it. Now, it might have had some other things, so of course you're going to have to do your research and do it well, but 40% of the rats did not develop any tumors, and I think that's amazing that they're using that kind of a supplement in our coffee. So that was just one of the huge selling points that got me on board with this company and got me just really talking to everybody about it. All right, so let's move on. For the rest of this, we're going to go ahead and use pubmed.gov or .org or all that kind of stuff. You just Google PubMed, you can find them. I'll have the link underneath, obviously. Now, these are research studies that doctors have posted, and they're just kind of synopsis of what they found as they were doing their research. And if you go to PubMed, just Google Ganoderma, there are all kinds of research that has been done on this herb and how it can help people in their illnesses. So let's just look right here. A lot of this, it's very technical, and it's something that I actually had to break out a medical dictionary. And since I don't have one at my house, I just Googled one, and one of them is medicinenet.com, and that's the one I use. I use during my research and everything else. It's got a lot of great medical information in it and medical definition, and I'll bring that up here in just a little bit. Now, it says, for this research right here that we're on, it says this data demonstrates that Ganoderma lucidium, that's actually what it's called, consumption can provide beneficial effects in treating type 2 diabetes. I mean, that is absolutely awesome. And it it treats it by lowering the serum glucose levels. And we all know what glucose is. And if it's going to lower the glucose levels, which is sugar in our bodies, then that helps diabetes patients. All right. So another one that I came across said for this research right here, they did it with Ganoderma lucidium right here to investigate its properties and evaluate the effects against transplant tumor growth. And it says it significantly inhibits the tumor growth in HEPS mice. See, what they did is they went and injected HEPS tumors into mice and then gave them Ganoderma lucidium, and it significantly inhibited the tumor growth in those mice. And of course, they always use mice first before they go on to human trials, because if it's going to kill a mouse, it's a lot better than killing humans. Obviously, we all know that. So then another one that I came across, it was using the PSG1. Now I don't know if this is like the PS or the PC or PS specs or the one that we were talking about before, but they used Ganoderma as well, obviously, as a candidate for cancer therapy. So they were just testing it to see if this was something that you could use if you had cancer during your therapy. And it said the results showed that the PSG-1 significantly inhibited tumor growth bearing mice and induced tumor apoptosis. I think I just pronounced that right. Like I said, this is a lot of medical jargon, and I'm not a medical professional, so I'm not trying to give you medical advice, just trying to point you in the correct direction. Now, the definition from medicinenet.com of apoptosis says apoptosis, a form of cell death in which a programmed sequence of events leads to the elimination of cells without releasing harmful substances. Now, that is amazing. If it actually starts to kill the cells that are infected with cancer, the cancerous cells. And that is, I think, just an absolute amazing herbal extract that everybody should be taking today, because cancer has become just one of those widely spread epidemics, as well as obesity and diabetes. So Ganoderma, just Google it. Go on to PubMed.com, PubMed.org, PubMed.gov. I think it all links back to the same place. And just Google Ganoderma. And right here you can see 1 out of 20 of 849 research results. 849 research studies have been done and posted on PubMed.gov to show people what kind of research has been done and what Ganoderma is. I have not found one that said Ganoderma sucks and you shouldn't take it. I have not found a single research that has, discounted Ganoderma being used in increasing your health. And I think that is absolutely amazing, since I just found out about this a year ago. I've had people die from, a lot of these illnesses that if I would have known about this, maybe they wouldn't have. And that's right now that's what's in our coffee, and that's what we're trying to give people. That's what we are giving people, and that's why I drink it, because it helps protect my body, it increases my stamina, gives me more vigor, and it doesn't give me any jitters, crashes, or headaches, which is extremely important to me. So just by drinking this coffee, my quality of life has improved drastically, and I think anybody's could. Anybody that wants to drink this coffee, I think their health would improve drastically. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to go and do your own research. I want you to go and look at all of this stuff on your own. Get your wife, get your kids, get everybody together, and you guys go and look at this together and decide for yourself what you guys think about this. I just want to point you in the right direction. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been informative, and I hope now you kind of understand why I'm so excited, why I'm such a big advocate of our coffee, and why this coffee made such a huge impact in my life, and why I think it can make an impact in yours as well. So thank you for watching. Check out the links below. Leave comments. Leave any kind of questions, and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. Thank you much, and you have a great day.